Okay, let's talk about something I think a lot of us can relate to. Have you ever been at a party just trying to enjoy yourself and you get cornered by someone talking about, the weather? And all you can think is, how do I get out of this? Well, today we are digging into the real reason you might absolutely hate small talk. And I mean really, truly exhausted. Like you've just run a full-on mental marathon after just 5 minutes of polite chit-chat. If that sounds even a little bit familiar, then you are in the right place. Because here's the big takeaway, right up front. This is not your fault. It's not some kind of social flaw or you being awkward. Nope, it's actually a feature, not a bug, of how your brain is quite literally put together. Right, so let's get into this whole struggle. Why does something that seems so easy for some people feel like climbing a mountain for others? Yeah, it's those topics, isn't it? The weather, what some celebrity did, what you did last weekend. You're trying to play along, but your brain just feels like it's stuck in first gear. That conversation goes absolutely nowhere deep, and that total lack of substance, that's what's so incredibly draining. So this leads to a pretty big misunderstanding. If you hate small talk, you might start to worry, am I antisocial? But let's just clear this up right now. You're not antisocial. You are just different. And this is such a key shift in how to think about this, straight from the source material. This isn't a personality choice you're making. It is literally about the physical wiring in your brain. You don't think you're too good for small talk. Your brain is just built for a completely different kind of game. Think of it like a radio. Most conversations are happening on like a crackly AM station. But your brain, it's a high-fidelity FM receiver, and it's always scanning for a much clearer, richer signal. It's not a better frequency, just a totally different one. So, what's really going on under the hood? What does this deep architecture of the mind even look like? Let's break it down. And this right here, this just nails the difference. Thinking in lines is pretty straightforward. A leads to B, this is good, this is bad. But thinking in layers, that's seeing the whole spider web all at once, the patterns, the weird contradictions, how everything is connected to everything else. And yes, there's a fancy term for this, complex cognitive processing. It just means your brain's natural default is to juggle a bunch of ideas, look for the big picture, and connect dots that other people might not even see. Which, of course, brings us right back to our main question. If your brain is this powerful engine built for heavy-duty processing, why does a simple, shallow chat feel like you're trying to drive a Ferrari through a swamp? Well, the answer is pretty straightforward. Your brain is starving for what it's built to do. Find depth and meaning. Forcing it to stay on the surface isn't just a little boring, it's mentally and emotionally exhausting. It's kind of like asking a master chef to only ever make toast. But this goes even deeper. It's not just a preference. You're basically running a completely different mental operating system. A huge feature of this operating system is something called System 2 dominance. So most people just react automatically to social cues. That's System 1 thinking. But your brain? It prefers to hit the pause button, take a second, and really reflect on things before responding. So when someone says, nice weather we're having, your brain doesn't just shoot back, yup, sure is. It kind of bypasses that automatic reply. Instead, System 2 kicks in, and it starts searching for a more meaningful angle, which, let's be honest, can make small talk a little tricky. And what your brain would really love to be doing is this, associative integration. Now, this is the good stuff. This is when you're pulling ideas from all over the place, from history, science, that movie you saw last week, and weaving them all together to create some cool new insight. Small talk just doesn't give you the ingredients for that. So let's bring this all together. At the end of the day, this isn't about you being bad at talking to people. It's about a deep, fundamental craving for a different kind of connection. I love this quote from the source material. It's not that you can't connect with people, it's that you're searching for a higher standard of connection, one that's built on real ideas and genuine curiosity, not just on filling the silence. And if you've ever felt like an outsider standing in a room full of small talk, just remember this. You are not broken. You are not weird. You are simply someone who values depth over display. And I'll just leave you with this one final thought to mull over. What if that frustration you feel with shallow things isn't a weakness at all? What if your greatest strength, as a leader, an artist, a friend, is the very depth you're always searching for?